Twosun, this is a fun Twosun. This, I don't know if it's a 511, but this is a knife sent to me. I think that is a 511 from one of our friends of the channel, Scott. And Scott was having some trouble with this piece, and so I offered to take a look at it, and so he sent it to me. And you know, when he mentioned it, I didn't realize it was this wonderful. I think that is a 511. Let's get that blade out of there. Yeah, it is a 511, but it's got this wonderful Damascus inlays. And, I never really saw a lot about this knife. Like, I like it a lot. Very comfortable in hand. It's got great ergos. It gets a bonus tick from me being able to go here. And those Damascus inlays, golly, these 511s. And they make this, I think they have lesser models that have, maybe it's G10 in here. I don't remember, but way less expensive than what this one's going to come in. And man, is just slick, nice. But he sent it to me, and so we're going to get a look at it. But let's get this box out of the way so we can focus on it. And what he told me was no matter what he did, he couldn't get it tight enough to get the play out of the blade. And yeah, I think we can even see the wiggle. Yeah, it's got a good amount of wiggle there. And so I may have an idea of what's going on here. But let me check this here. I mean, it was a little loose. So now it's super tight. And yeah, it's got the same, like that wiggle didn't come out of it. And yeah, it's even worse here. Like when it's locked up, it's helping. The locking up here looks to be about 50% there is kind of helping. But I got a pretty good idea of what's going on here. So the hardware is steel, including this screw. And it's locking down in this titanium. And I think therein's going to lie our issue. Should be a captured pivot, so it doesn't affect this side. But this side, I believe, and I can just kind of feel it, like when I go to remove that, it's rough. And so a couple of things could be happening here. And I don't see the first. The first could be is that there could be Loctite buildup inside there. But I think it's the latter item. And what that is that screw that goes into that pivot is going to seize against this titanium. Yep. And no matter how much you clean that out, like I could take a pretty aggressive flat blade screwdriver and I could clean out in here like so. And it's not going to, I don't believe it's going to make any difference. Like, because once that locks down, it's that metal against that titanium. And that was getting tight. And yeah, there's nothing going on there. And so an easy way to figure out if that's what's going on is to make it so that this metal doesn't seize down on that titanium. And the easiest way to do that is to put a washer in there. A steel washer. So now the washer may seize against the titanium, but the steel is going to be against the hardened steel washer. And so if that's our issue, I should be able to tighten this down now all the way and get the play out of that blade. Yeah, there's no play in the blade at all now. I might even be too tight. Blade centered. Yeah, no play. So 100% that's what's going on is this pivot screw is seizing against the titanium. And man, it can happen back here. I've had it happen many times with the steel hardware against titanium. It doesn't always happen. Like it's not happening on this screw at all. It's smooth. I can feel it. It's not gritty. And so I can really lock that screw down and it's not seizing against that titanium. But every now and then, and you can feel it when it does it, it like seizes up on there. I'm trying to think of what else it's like. Um, I think you see it in automotive sometimes, like with exhaust manifold bolts with aluminum and steel. Sometimes you can run into that, but it'll happen with titanium, and this Damascus may be part of the issue there. Yeah, but man, it runs great now, and it's solid as a rock. And so I hate to be melodramatic, but yeah, I think that's 100% what's happening there. I guess I can probably run through this knife, but I don't think I'm going to put that big old fat of a washer in there. I think I'm going to try to not use that one. I've got some of these. They're little tiny spacer washers that sometimes manufacturers put in knives so that bearings don't run on titanium. And it's just for the bearing to run. And I wonder if I can get the same result with that thin little bearing in there or washer versus this thick one. And I think I did. Yeah, I got the exact same response with that thin one. And so I think that's what I'll go with is that little thin one for sure. But I mean, since we're here, come on, man, we're going to take it apart and tune it. Let's get it cleaned up. We'll clean it up and then I'm going to send it back to my friend Scott. I appreciate him watching the channel. Appreciate him trusting me with this beautiful knife. I mean, what a gorgeous. This 511 in all configurations. Ooh, see, it is kind of seizing up there. Yeah, sure did. Did you hear that? I mean, that flat washer, it allowed me to get it tight and take the play out, but it's not big enough, and it did seize up in there. Like it's causing me issues. And of course, then you run the risk of having other issues. So let me get my other screwdriver here, and we may have to go with that full-size washer. Yeah, yeah, that's not having it. That's not happy at all. Let me let's let's just do the right thing right out of the gate. Wrench. There it is. I see it. I mean, if this thing bucks me at all, I may use some heat to help get that off. Yeah, because I mean, I got it tight enough now where there's no blade play, but sure enough, that thin washer wasn't enough. Maybe I need two. Yeah, the action's awesome. Look at this drop shut, man. Super smooth. But now I'm trying to get that out of there. All right, let's go. Let's get a brand new T8 on there. Ooh, hear that seized up on there? Come on, man. Not good. All right, I got it. Yeah, I mean, we don't want to leave it like that because sure enough, man, I mean, you need to get in the knife for whatever reason. And then it's seized up and you end up stripping bits and having all kinds of problems. I'm going to try two of those little thin ones, because two of them thin ones are still thinner than that one thick one. All right. Well, what is this now? Is it seized again, or what are we doing? Yeah, it did. It's seized again. I mean, I think the only solution that I have here is that thicker washer. Yep. Are there other solutions? There are. Matter of fact, I've got a Teflon washer here that I used in another fix for another knife, um, just to check some head spacing. But I think this is the solution right here. It's this washer, because I can crank that down as hard as I want and it's not going to seize, because the washer's actually against the titanium and the screw is up against that hardened steel. I know I'm a broken record, but let's check it. Yeah, there's no seizing there. So, I mean, I don't have a bunch of those washers, so I hate to get rid of it, because, man, I end up using that for so many things. But that's going to be the solution here. We're going to put that washer in there. I'm going to put my little wrench up. We won't need that no more. But let's go ahead and get the rest of this apart, and we'll get a look inside this 511. And I may pull another 511, the other one. I think it's G10 with Damascus, like Damascus G10, which is called Damascus, I believe. Come on, man. All right, well, let's get an assist, because it's wanting to be complicated. There it goes. I mean, everything looks solid in here. I would, I don't see any excess oil or any of that going on. I mean, to be honest, I think I'm going to put it back together, man. It looks like Scott's got a nice amount of lube on the bearings. I may put just a drop on that track where that detent ball's running there. Just the tiniest little drop. And I think we're just going to put it back together. Look pretty solid in here, man. There we go. All right, we're going to use this washer. And because it's on the outside of the scale, I mean, it's not changing the head spacing there. It's what I call it. And what I mean by that, the spacing here in between the scales, in between the blade and the scales, it doesn't change that at all. So, I mean, it doesn't create an issue. The only thing it does is the depth at which the pivot screw fits down in there. But I mean, looking at this from the outside, I mean, it doesn't look really any different than the opposite side. It looks the same. So, I mean, what causes that? I don't know. Is it just not milled smooth enough in there? Because I mean, these are steel, and they're not seizing. So, I don't know. I don't know what's causing that. Got it plenty tight there. Let's check that action. It's a little stiff. I think I'm going to leave it there, and if Scott wants it lighter, he probably can take a little bit off of that if he would like. Let me get a rag here. Let's give it a wipe. Has some fingerprints and different things going on here. Oh, that M390 on here is just gorgeous. Big, tall, flat grind. Look at this blade. And then this Damascus. Boy, does it shine up nice. And it's on both sides. What a bonus. It's just beautiful. The purples, the golds. It's got brown, copper looking colors in here. Man, this thing is such a good knife. Let's break it down real quick. Why not? Got our hands on it. Okay. So the action, I mean, it's very snappy. I don't think I can fail it. I'm going to try. Yeah, absolutely not. It's got a wonderful detent on it. Access to the lock bar is very intuitive. Easy to disengage that. Super smooth and hydraulic. Makes that wonderful mechanic clunk once it closes completely and the detent gets it. Here. Yeah. Very nice. A level action, just a solid A, man. It is really nice. It's a one-trick pony. It's only got that back flipper, but it's got great jimping, super sharp. I mean, that thing flies out of there. Ergonomics, very comfortable in hand. I mean, it's done right. I love the round on the butt. There's, I don't know, the soft curves of the Damascus that's in there. It feels like it looks. It's just super comfortable in hand. The jimping creates a nice finger guard. Not so confident, confident, very confident. And this thing just goes whoop. Yeah, towards very confident. It's got good jimping on the spine. It'll allow you to get here for detail work. Big, fat belly. Wonderful needle of a tip. It's got an excellent reverse grip. And then, yeah, this grip here works. I mean, if this was a serious pocket carry, potential self-defense piece, this would function, in my opinion. I'd be able to get this reverse Pakal grip. Yep. I mean, let's check pocket clip. Then we'll check it for safety. Here we go. My spot in the back pocket here. Yeah, that pocket clip runs nice. And ooh, is that pretty. I mean, it's got about, I don't know, a quarter of an inch sticking out, and it shows that Damascus. Beautiful. I mean, it kind of hints that there's something pretty in that pocket. Let's check it on standard jean size material. Yeah, I mean, it's got good tension. Could be tightened up a little bit, but it's not bad. I think it would maintain it in the pocket where you left it if you ran around or tumbled around. And then on the thick stuff, it'd be interesting to see if it goes all the way. I think it's going to run out of room. Yeah, see, it's just shy of the top. I can force it to the top, though. Nice. I mean, yeah, pocket clips definitely satisfactory. What about touching that blade? So I can touch the blade through the scales in the back right here. I've got contact from the edge of the blade here. It's where it begins. From there to there. About an inch worth right there. What about the tip? The tip is recessed underneath the sails, so I can't get it. So tip's good, clip's good, but I can get blade contact, pretty substantial blade contact in the back. And of course, where would that come in? If it was in my pocket and I reached in here, I could potentially cut myself there. The other thing is if you slipped off, yeah, because I can feel it. If I slipped off this while flicking it and landed my finger there, I could catch a cut here, right there. Yep, and I've done that on a knife. Just this one's got really good jimping here, so I really don't see that failure happening. It's sharp enough and gripping me that I don't really have any concerns about pulling that blade back. But if you did pull and it didn't launch, let's say I don't know, let's say you really squeezed hard down on that lock there and locked yourself out and then went for it, because as soon as my finger touches there, I'm touching the blade in the center. I can feel it. Yeah, as soon as I touch down, that blade's high enough that I could feel it. Couple of sharpenings, could that take care of that? Maybe one good sharpening, yeah, could resolve it for sure. How's that M390? Now, I'd say from the factory, it surely doesn't look like it's been sharpened. So I'm going to call it from the factory. It's crazy wicked sharp, which is expected. Look at that big, tall flat grind, super thin behind the edge. Yep. What's the price on these? And I wonder if there's any of these available anywhere. So let me get that real quick. Okay, well, I have one of these, but unfortunately, Timber's Edge does not have one of these for sale. I think these were well over $200 when they sold. Like they brought all the money. Now, are they available? I don't see any available anywhere, but who knows? Maybe you can find one. Now, Timber's Edge did have one of these, so I borrowed it. This one is currently listed. It's never been wiped off. So I believe it was photographed and then put up for sale. The wonderful thing about this one is it's the exact same knife, except this one has a stonewash blade, but it's still M390, still titanium. It's just got the Damascus inserts instead of the Timascus, and it's considerably less. It's just a little bit over $100. M390 titanium, same knife, and it's got the stonewash blade. Yep. Yeah, so that fancy doodad, I don't think, if you can find one, my guess is it's going to be a fair piece over $200 for it. But there is this one with the Damascus available at Timber's Edge Knives. Well, cool piece, Scott. I appreciate you sending it over. And yeah, I mean, that washer fixes it, and it's just simple, the nature of it, that steel pivot against the titanium. And for whatever reason, maybe it just wasn't milled as smooth as normal, but it seasoned that nut. Well, now it's solid. Yep, solid as a rock. So let's get this back to you so you can enjoy it, because I'm sure with all that play in it, you didn't appreciate the knife very much. But now without that play in it, I think you're really going to love the knife. So, all right, well, let's wrap it up. Hey, man, I appreciate it. And if y'all got something that you might want me to take a look at, I mean, just reach out to me, discerningman01 at gmail.com, and I'd love to talk to you about it and see if I can help out. Appreciate y'all.